But one will say, if you want to build a better society and a better economy, see good leadership. Mine team no. Now no the term of office of the president yankimunko 5 years. And a bimuka said there be John Mahama's administration. I'm a young who say 4-year mandate is enough. Whether we're gonna go 5 or 4, I'm not gonna go there today. Maybe nyakwan came in 6 because in your leader say John Dramani Mahama that's what we develop mine. If I'm 6, I have no problem with that. But 4, because of what John Mahama is doing, I believe that 4 is enough for us. So let's do things like this. Now, they came to mismanage the affairs of the economy. And this year, when you say a presidential term of office, is money permit same Grufovia. Now, Quabanan said another than go for the party, being a presidential term of 5 years and 6 years. Okay, they say we go to see any tia already a woo, already a wood cinema, many papa uno. Zinama Mingue, a Quabanan, and I say Ghana's economy, a deja one. And then we got a very good leader, Waba. John Mahama's first administration put in place, but many people did not understand him. Until my binom imagine say, oh, na John Mahama ni mama mo, and na John Mahama say. But the second coming of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama no, amatim mfona was say, Sana your leader, any leader. Until ne, why we gonna go deep in the say? For the current state of Ghana's economy, 4 years now, John Mahama baby buyi. You see we trouble 1 year. Jack Toronto ni nuya ekwa 8 years. By the way, we're going to go and say, for first 4 years of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, and more 1 year we mean 5, because sometimes we need to be fair. Because I will say NP before they are not learning something. Somebody John Mahama's administration 1 year, I compare with 8 years. Sometimes ask him a D NP before them can say but maybe they don't even see it like that. But just want to make in the comment section of our joint Francisca, I mean that's why I did. Of course, to say yes, they are all stomach politicians. I just have to become the same thing. No. Also, on the Japan womba. Now go for those administration. No. Family and friends play a role. Now can the anti can be your positioner, can be a president on money post. That is why she is following Alhaji Dr. Bawumia. So NPP for the Nasano Motie. Sado Munino Motie. Now don't go for Obano or can be. Pagana for do the substance of a semana and another than go for Dokano. I mean, repeated the same thing and another kind of or say yeti sikaso and so a com dien. On my ye uhiamai ya ye mobo dodo. But let me repeat it once again. Let's see assembly. Then at the end of the day, you understand at some point another person. Yeti. Yeah, because say yeah is we yeti sikaso, and so a com dien, meaning we are all hungry. On my no here mine, meaning Ghana is not poor, and so a com dien. Many of us thought to say, Nanado Dango Kufado was referring to the entire nation. Oba ena wanyenisa, and Okofa on one kasa the Kezi Manbe finance minister. A chance and massage. Ghana Sikano, come now, Messiah, is no one the best I know. A Hannah Baha, must carry me for baby. I want Kasaje. At the end of his 8-year term, no, not finance minister. Obiane. But I'm massive words. Or the Sikana Gane. Ye call Rosa. Nanado Dango Kufado. Echo for in near 2 rows. Papa was a single-handedly. And a block is all my gun into your toe boot. Besides, I or say the toe boot in your gun in an ebe toilet. If we are a borgan, a car, or sisters can in a papa, also the call. So because I can name names. So now those administration became family and friends. Sarah Joseph Angasa admitted. Family and friends. It is saying another don't go for the car, yet it's castle, and so come there. No, he was referring to people within his circles. And go and from a mafia for no. Oko kan ombofu ache mafia for no ene ye ya na pone kakra de ma Alhaji Dr. Bawumia entu be hwe asamira Bawumia Alhaji Dr. Bawumia asemu nyanya position eno ntina steka si okope finance minister ye born to twene no because he wasn't within the circle ye hwe ya na se wo de wo ye de do kasa wa kwatiti we kura ha adwen on se steka so ne na do tintin na epeo hey NB4 steka wo de asema bawo. Hey, yeah, I think Chinese movie sticker.
And then you are more missing. Also, I say, Papa, she 1 and 2. Woman, you baby crunch, ya dear. I bear school there been see that 75% completion. Oh, Kumasia, and now I create a social sunica, or see how I see even Chinese movie cranny baby, and Crabber who are friend Ghana Chinese. Ah, what is that? Almost young one, dear, dear. Ah, Kumasia, Nina.
Mammy, Miss question, and before Mutimi in a way, and almost the Quajis Kedru. Say, everybody will be on this Monibiano, anything you would have called with you.
More than a day, a friend of Iran. King Cyrus of Persia, not only Jew, but
and the power macramo, and I was awful on the Manu Pichi. Messi Ghana for 1 year, legend Dr. Munufie. Mobesha and not doso, actually, and I say, no, come. On the Kwaku, some come more than you. Now, Kwa, you too desperate for power. Mon Henny, ya, at the assembly bar, Islam, Mom, come in him. As I grew away there, baby, the way they are so desperate for power, I mean, say, we shall always in all come. Look at the free chua, Kwaku, something the cheek. Yo. Open in a team in a quaster, and other than Kwaku Fado. Quaster, eh, Simo. And someone named Guanzo. And someone named Gua. Kufu when it me a password quantum to Mutito. And so I dream one and someone name. Francisca Namaba. And someone named Gua Emily. And Kufu, why do you hear him? So, the way His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, Eshisha Ghana, is no. Among almost all the sectors of our economy, no, it grew. Sectors in it grew. But that is something I think a Ghana in person. Industries it grew. Tourism, here now, yeah, the tourism she says so. The way a tourism, no, it transformed Ghana, my Ghana, nipa ba Ghana, no. It was very, very amazing. Me who video where Beku Santana was praising Addo Akufo-Addo on the year of return. For me, well, he has done his part. But the year of return, this particular channel, so I have a video where Mediki can say Addo Akufo-Addo year of return. It wasn't new. A Pan-African Festival. His Excellency J.J. Rollins initiative here. Addo buy our year, he only changed the name from Panafest to year of return. It's the same concept, everything the same. But you go back, Google Panafest, and then Google year of return. Uko my website, the information there no, the same. The only thing is like they've changed some names and some brofoneke kedomasano. And if John Dramani Mahama Banasa, you think you want to make it 30 December or whatever, I don't think that if you want to give somebody praise, it's J.J. Rollins administration. That is where you have to go. Sometimes when I believe, say, some of these people, I be Santana and say, for no, of course you have the power, but you need to research and then tell Ghanaians and say, okay, we started it from here, we got here, and now we are here. But Uko Yibi Free Media, I have a problem with that. What I say, so when we see tourism is growing, although say not to the best of my satisfaction, but I believe say a buy way a year ejuma papa. Me kaisa and Addo Akufo-Addo. You be say tourism minister say, how is he going to develop tourism? Also the year in a bit develop tourism. Besides how? Oh, are you praising Nipengu and Adenya? He couldn't give us answer. But that is how they taught it. Because they think that tourism no kwala juma, kwala grobi no mudi. And if His Excellency John Dramani Mahama no bet revamp tourism industry now. I like that style. It's gonna bring in more revenue. A bit create a juma so Ghana. And then who's a Ghanaian youth, I started to create more tourism destination activities. That is the best thing I think that we all need to do as a society. Because some of these kind of things, I see it me here, yeah, a powerhouse this year of return starts from J.J. Rollins' Panafest. Yeah, that's true. My video, I've done a lot of analysis about maybe and Addo Akufo-Addo the buyer. They just changed the names. Year of returns, a totally Panafest. Totally 100% Panafest. The only thing they changed is the year of return from Panafest to year of return. 100%. That's how it is. Because the money be over, you're really here. That be a can napko. And Addo Akufo-Addo's policy. That be a John Dramani Mahama's first year term. No, it was John Mahama's policy. As a tekwe what kind of parliament. A chile juma e babaye. These are facts. But also kind of NPP do not want to accept this kind of facts. But we tell them, say it's fact. The only thing you came to do was to change the name to NABCO. That's it. They did not do anything. They didn't have the idea. The number of NIPA and NABCO before John Mahama administration, they are told that 100,000 people, they're going to go here, they're going to go here, they're going to go here, we're going to train this kind of people here. Now they just changed the name and named it here. I don't quite know here. So I believe, say, we need to be doing all these kind of things. Rikus, and I don't know. But that's it, Rikus. Our presidents, people like Abeku Santana are too much in a hurry to praise NPP for. I don't even know why Abeku Santana did those kind of things. But of course, it's up to him. I'm not here to say what goofy big time. But I was expecting him. That anyway, me share the entire video. I saw a very short version of it. I mean, who's an all born and out of the Kufa administration about so. But I thought to say the year of return started from Panafest. So if he want to give praises, then he ought to have gone to 1992 because Panafest was launched in 1992. But I said, oh, the bar no here there, then I don't know what you want. But it's up to them. And another Danko Kufado was renaming everything somewhere. That's what they were doing. I know, but because we have this kind of people that say, I'm here, they come, they don't do anything. Then instead of giving praises to administration, initiative, I don't know, they will just change the name and then market it to become like a Omomo brainchild. But meanwhile, it has nothing to do with them. What I say. So I've done a lot of analysis and in-depth knowledge on this kind of things. They only change the names, but they did not add anything to it. So sometimes on the NDC for just say, now you need to let Ghanaians know, say, this and that and that and that a NDC's initiative. These people you only came to change the name and then market it differently. All those say, media na your mojuma so mbeka say debi ajuma we they send what they and I deal with them what they know. They also pay them and then they become mute. They never talk. They don't say anything. And then they watch this kind of NPP for to deceive Ghanaians into believing say hey Rico says yes and yes. The government is seriously building the economy and the projects left in the business. Mama, as we see him, system is indeed better than what Nana Addo came for. Yet Mama is currently, I'm too on. Also, when we talk about the economy of our dear nations, a lot of systems are put in place to revamp economy. Alaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo ebe share Ghanaian youth boss we school now compared dan higher. Even 2 years come out now they 2 hour rent. But they came to lie. And I have seen the president catch a Ghana teacher for said he will make sure say teachers get a very decent places to live. But when I sit here, now because John Mahama Nkwane, I might be deceiving you because Rollins time they built infrastructure at Dayankasa and the Ghanaian workers. I just said wow him and a woo. During the days of his SNS JJ Rollins, they did similar things. It will include a BCC hall, a lot of places. All those kind of straight flats and a government initiative. But sometimes I don't know why we limit them to the current generation and then we leave behind JJ Rollins. What was at the time when JJ Rollins says it was under democracy. Wow. So sometimes we need to praise them based on a lot of things, but I don't know. And this is for you, Jumaye. And to just say, and then when we get to the public sentiment, now what was a John Mahama by the second coming of John Mahama? Be honest with yourselves. Let's be honest. Ghana for who say, Papa yi boy Juma. Enti mama yanhwe no yempushi no. Enti ene amema history bi. When JJ Rollins was in government your transiting from JJ Rollins to Kufuor and all business people in the country, Kufuor by no onye decided to reduce the prices of the goods and services. Because Pauko Kumasi magazine so they reduce the prices of all the goods and services Although say Kufuor had not initiated anything. Meaning, they could have reduced those kind of Niamano under Rawlings, but they decided to keep the prices to make Rawlings' administration unpopular. Now, businesses did the same thing. But the amazing thing about His Excellency John Dramani Mahama second coming is say, on country business person be asset so. But the way he has managed the economy, our businesses are forced to reduce the goods and services. And yes, yes, but currency not stabilize and they ultimate forecasting, ultimate projecting, ultimate confinement, ebe tip one so yet you make profit. I want the two versions. NB for banana so ebo bafuma. A businessman and they decided to yeah so. Banda Jomama no any NDC no policies and programs and a for so I'm what tell near so. And you be never for so. I have never seen any video where businessmen be ever say, oh, Jomama be a tin so I'm an administration that be when he came no goods and services were higher, but after they were forced to reduce it because economy no has stabilized it. Rikus Mama is the hope because he learned and then Yankopon the man co-opposition kusunya ade oho then came back for the people to love him more. That is what John Mahama's administration is doing now. And the Negan and Nina Casano, a Philip Papa say, Papa, you boy, Juma. I am one. Look at infrastructure. Hey, now the president told Ghana and say, I feel we see me, Bama Ghana in that construction zone. And pa, you see a film, you could see everywhere. But who's a month for post 2 videos? I was me couldn't quite me couldn't momentum quite bridge you had just a giddy. And so amazing thing is that young was here. Ubi Uncle Bob was here. I say we should video which guys we demonstration say one person who be a John Mahama in yes free because the president Uncle was here about yet you move be a second free by say hey Sikana na Addo can't was Sikana taha Dr. Bawumia also here Bank of Ghana Sikana waha and so under their leadership on next Sikana in Ayra and then John Mahama my who some Sikano e waha and you be ne kwa kofa dabreo and on Kobo Bosia on new Biaka. And no me video chilwa IMF can say be exit I didn't see who be. Inti kwa banane oti was on IMF ne mana be president because on table for no. Ye nko IMF na wa ko ka hwe ho. Ti and then Musa dan kwa say NPP nipa bia de bia NDC de kotre kora ba e be ti no.
Dr. Bawumia eventually picks up this note and is to face the NDC. How are the chances going to be looking at knowing very well that the issue of consistency that Jeffrey spoke about, we're bringing the same person again? Would it make a difference?
Look, the reality is that we've done a scenario involving up 4 NDC candidates against Bawumia. Mm-hmm. And he's losing against all of them.
Wow. So what I say? Yes, NDC nipa for according to Musa Dankwa on not pay his projecting and his polls no. O met me be lead party e bien we dey alaji Dr. Bawumia ko fesina obe we stand. And once NDC before Mukoba no ade o mo prayer and say me na me lead party no but say me president there won ka ho. And now let's take agriculture. Agric. Former agric minister and na do da go kufado. E ko techima e ko to body ba ko pe. Or did drew back with to come free hoba cra, because said you're a boy for because coin. NBB party in the air, oh, come on, Sama. If you are used to start to chum and all Obamasum. The whole Greek minister now. Yeah, man, a Greek minister send up a president into a number, come be no cousin a billboard, not on the picture taraso, no, I do a brew at Diahon. For we had send oil, send up a president. Rikus, you support Ken, right? Hey, and then what you yeah, easy. Gloria Johnson, you have a code there. That's it. So, what's my joining my platform? Patches, so you subscribe here, no subscribe, mommy. Wait me, I share so many better. President Mahama going to opposition was rather God wanting Ghanaians to know the differences between a good governance and a bad or a poor one. That's true because I'm saying. Say John Mahama unko tena opposition na nka Ghana for him say na Addo den kwaku fado ene Dr. Bawumia e be perform very worse ene kojo yanka of a joy say the worst president of Ghana yenya under this fourth republic, and another Denko Kufado. Also, Yankopon Yade. Aha, the time I know where you did in Yano. No, Bianca. President said NDC should be more active in creating YouTube videos of all their projects now, before in 2016 and going into the future. The tablets, to tabulate their efforts. Of course, what I was saying, I had a project once with one man, Jazz Photos. I have all those kind of videos, some there, where we decided to take project by project, be a NDC, be a shooting a video, shooting the pictures and those kind of things. We had them there. But it go to a time, sometimes support to come and then you help these kind of people. You go, I don't want to go deep. They are, especially most of the MMDCs were not ready to give us access because we wanted to take it as a project. So, President, you are right. But some of them were not ready to support that. But I think this time around, we've gotten all the support that we want. So we can also use it and then do these kind of things because we need to document all these kind of things to send our kind of. So if we really want to tabulate all the efforts of the government and project it to the Ghanaian to know, say, President will obey way, Adiwe President win a year is good. And now Danko Akufo-Addo, in his first year, he did something. Let me explain to you what he did. John Dramani Mahama's administration from 2012, whatever they said, Professor Mills, John Mahama about 2012 to 2016, when the government was going over now John Mahama had a lot of projects. Now Danko Akufo-Addo came and decided to go and commission all those kind of things. Or no my the project to say on a year. Meanwhile, he had no idea about how those kind of projects were being done. Meet Mama a lot of examples. Ukwami Mikrum Techiman in the Bono East region. The divisional police command building is one. A NDC time NEC. That time, Imando Kojajukum was, I think, the deputy minister of local government. And then if I remember correctly, all the contractors is here, I know them. But another Danko Akufo-Addo to be president, he went back to Techiman and then recommissioned that particular building. MISN painting for the Nidiko Tara so and then Akwalabia do that particular divisional police now. Or might be say and another Danko Akufo-Addo NEC. Meanwhile, he only went there to commission it. I have all the videos there. There were a lot of videos and pictures about what they were doing then because that is where I come from. Okotaya. There is a very big hospital in Thai. I have videos over there. John Mama is here, and now Danko Akufo-Addo just went there at the plug. Meanwhile, he had no idea. Do you know why they were doing that? They want to put the minds of the people to say, and another Danko Akufo-Addo in the year. Meanwhile, he had no idea how it was being done. I can give you numerous examples on those kind of things. And the President, what you're saying is correct. That also say NDC to prepare another green book. Of course, those kind of things also helps because remember the generation who say, okay, I buy me by way. Because NPP for no form sometimes they are very very smart. They say American and now Danko Akufo-Addo was a very smart person. John Mama's projects quite not called why plug not the idea Kotaraho. When we have a cat on a year, meanwhile he has no idea about it. But I think Ken is also going to do the same thing. Rikus. He's also going to do the same thing because NPP for no sana motie. NPP for no sana motie. They are all kind of like selfish. But that is how I see them. Because they are not ready. They don't listen. And they always want to play smart on the people. Although say that is not how it's supposed to be done. But that is what they've been doing. They always want to play smart on the people. They said American you call building in Yaudi and was a painting home, no call why now do the Kotara home. Let me tell you another thing. Another very, very funny story. Before we used to have 10 regions in Ghana. And Addo by and also the 60 become an AB 16. So you know there were 16 regions. Into 16 regions in at the same time or at once. If we and another Danko Akufo-Addo decided to commission all those regions. Now they are here and say so to V8 Land Cruisers 3 years. One another Danko Akufo-Addo but you are team in the team. Don't misrepresent me. Nana Danko Akufo-Addo duru Bono regional. No the car 3 akogina ho. O say ne monya regional capital me the car 3 we say ebremu. Bono say Bono region etetare car na ho. Owi a okwana na ya 2 car 3 na di nachi. Na ya sticker e magnet keke na de tare car no na ya why. Na ya de ahafo dia tare ho. Edu ahafo a ya de the same kind na kosuo na ya twa pictures na ya isin yi na da Bono East. Yeah, the same sticker that home. If we are a year through, if we are now regional coordinating office, be anywhere our car because car ordinary yano. If we are a sanitary in a car cry. But what has making ye? Cast and all the queen in yano. They are matreke. Bien we jade mano. A very at 2 regions a we regional minister about bicycle crow nibi. Regional minister about bicycle crow in your bintraso. Oba Bono East regional. The whole Bono East regional, not Techima market, and the finance the whole of Bono East. Abayan and fa kapre bamba. Kapre ba no Munufie bimba. Umu yinipa. Yeah. All right. Yeah, senior Chris, what's the time project start on Mel's time? Yeah, me that's it. Ba pa ene ko hona ko nipa ni di tara hona hade. Me that's say or confirm say as far making it because I went there and I mean because I coach you 2 videos and all those kind of things because yeah the new generation will come and give credit to NPP. All those started under Prof Mills. Do I have the senior Chris? Why are they pa say unim all those kind of I say what they what they territory won. NPP for. Of course, President, everything about them was dishonesty. So that is what Addo Danko Akufo-Addo did. And he deceived the entire nation. Thing is, Makoma we muka, Makoma we say, we are regional minister about bicycle crow international. That is why Ghana we are where we are. Because the nations are not developed because some of our leaders now, they are all matreke from Kwa. But that dam was our ban of trekemo. Then they give you them, Detroit, we are not sorry call. That's it. They don't even give you anything. Sometimes we need to address all these kind of things because you when you be president be obefa or the obeka ko jefu o pia Ghana fo yina ko gumni yina libres ye be do aburo se banchire be dua no ye be wie na enye state ni dia na ye ono ankasa na dia Also, down so you know what why creating additional regions was not Nanado's dream. But if it wasn't your dream, I don't know. My viewpoint here is why do you deceive them into believing, say, oh, my brother with this kind of name, my brother, you know, say, you're not giving them anything. I mean, that's what I made point and I say. So if you are not doing it, why do you go there to deceive them? So it's up to them. Sometimes that is what they've been doing, but all these kind of things in an MYA. So let's look onto the future. I wanted to take you to a Greek oil sector, you know, those kind of things. But I know, say, Tima Munibia Nim Hawa near Michael. And then look at public debt. Public debt. John Mama's stamina. Your mobile singer. Now I made a call on this particular. I'll make the link of that particular video, but may a video be a. Let me just try to see if I can get it and pin it here. Video I may ya. Bosnia, your Kobo, Afrexim Bank, you know, Cairo, you know. Abiding Timintia and Addo Danko Akufo-Addo, they couldn't pay. It's His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and then the current finance minister and I call renegotiate those kind of things in Ina. You know, I say when we na here, it's going to create problems for our nation. It may create a big problem for our nation because your president will be oha. Omobana the Ghana diaba buru ka kesi agu ko we are na firi Timintia. Oh, so all those kind of things in and I'll pin that particular video also over here for who are the because I sometimes take my time to do 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 10 minutes video as well during the day if I have time. Because that is something we all need to watch because I'm really minor. Yeah, the command NP before we are on best say minor flat and I don't think say I see ijao no money yes I never money because sometimes you know having too much. Let me just try to pin that particular video in the comment section. Yes. And if I say, what question be bisa, you can in the comment section obey me daba. See that Chris. Say na uncle for na no. Chese na do dan kwa for na the man or a crew. Cool Law say I have only one question. NPP party. What do they want power for? If they want Ghanaians to listen to them, they should bring Ken Oforiatta for accountability. Period. Yeah, meaning that's it. I once said, say NPP Ghana and the for NPP ni serious. They should rather advise Ken Oforiatta to send Wakano. Ma by himself, he should come to Ghana and face the law. But as long as Ken Oforiatta be Ghana, bien who NPP mbeti maybe the president be because him say. Oma bie uge na we na me yan say si amani pan minister kwa odi we no obo man na kro no we obedwane. So that is something I mean sure say Ghana ni bi ankasa